I'm off out doing my circles of the M25 again this evening. It's been quite a brutal week. I was supposed to be on yesterday with you all, but as I explained in a video late last night, I kind of fell asleep and slept for, I think, 5 or 6 hours without waking up at all, not stirring, not anything. It's just one of those things that happens every now and again when the body's had enough and you just want to, and that happened to me last night. Now, unfortunately, it cost me my time with you. Blood Nose, happy Thursday indeed. I mean, great to see you. Thank you, Alan, from Chester. Good to see you as well. Hello, Julie Keys. Yeah, what happened? I did a live a couple of days ago. Hello, Lorna Mackenzie, and I got the problem where I got the days mixed up, didn't I? I said I wouldn't be here last night, thinking last night was Thursday, and then 2 people, including my mother, pulled me up on it. And I thought, oh, bloody hell. And I really intended to come on last night, and I ended up, messing up somewhat. And yeah, I overslept by a long way, and I had another couple as well. Yes, Christine is absolutely right. Hello, Andy, what's that? Shaggy Cabby. Yes, I'm a bit shaggy, aren't I? And generally shagged, I think, in various ways. But hopefully after this week, things will calm down just a little. It's been very, very mad. I have a separate Facebook page and a separate presence for my business, Andy's Airport Cars. And I recorded a video on there and put on my, look, hello, I'm the owner of Andy's Airport Cars Face On, to tell everybody about a price increase, which unfortunately we've had to do because it's just becoming completely unviable. Listen, I sat down and thought about it. And if we charge an amount for an airport run, you take the fuel out of it. For Gatwick, for example, it's now 50 quid a diesel all day long. And, you know, there's other factors to consider depending on where you go and detours and this sort of thing. The maths just don't work. No, Harry, I didn't go to karate tonight. Where I've been driving too much and lifting luggage and that, I've aggravated my shoulder and down my arm. So I had a little splash about in the pool with Jack earlier on, just to give it a bit of a loosen up and everything, and hopefully that will do the job, and we'll go back to karate next week. The cab fuel is just the cost of transport when people go to fly. Nothing you can do. Yeah, I know. Well, the way I tried to explain it in the video was, if you take £100 and take 50 of that away because of the fare, because of the fuel, and then take another £5 away because of the drop-off charge at Gatwick, so you're left with £45 in the kitty. Take probably £10 of that off to put in a pot for wear and tear for the vehicle, so you're left with probably about 30 something pounds, and that means you're doing 4 hours work for less than minimum wage. The maths just don't add up. And of course, people will not see that in the main. They think, oh, you put your prices up by a long way. I know it's a risk, but we've got to do it. Otherwise, you know, why do we carry on? It's crazy. Sexy bastard, Andy's in the house. I certainly am. Good to see you. Alan, it's working problem. It's that it will put food prices up. Yeah, I'm not bad, honesty and truth. Good to see you. The Rambo First Blood look. Yes, I don't have somebody's heart in my head. Oh no, that's the wrong movie, isn't it? Hi Andy, everyone in chat. Patricia Shaw, good to see you. Janet and Kelly, John Kent, Cove Lord, good to see you as well. Seth 78. Christine Ayres, prices are going up deliberate, as my friend who was CEO of Esso in Blackburn said. The government wants net zero by 2030, and is forcing petrol retailers to price drivers off the roads. To be replaced with what? Is this the whole we need to be electric or something else? Hello, Andy. I'm trying. Ain't gone. That's Angela Gill. I'm assuming that's Adam. Good to see you. Christine says it would burn the laser out. Thank you, Alan. Yeah, it's a bit mad, isn't it? I had a bit too much on top as well, so I got that kind of shaved off today and got my top half sorted out. But that just leaves the bottom half really. But I'll get that done. I will get it done sooner or later. 78 just waved at me. Good to see you. Hope you might see this. You a bucket list to meet. Sounds silly, I know. Well, you never know what will happen, Adam. I mean, I bumped into one of you on a petrol forecourt, so it could happen. You never know. You never know. I've been seeing updates from Phil Grimaldi. He's been putting on the Police Off the Cuff channel about Bill and his hip replacement, and hopefully he's getting stronger every day and he'll be back soon. I'm going to check them out later. And it's important to be healthy. Hello, Michael May. Good to see you. No, Andy, I ain't well. That's Adam. Okay. I hope you get better soon. The end goal, the WEF, has a world where only the super rich have cars or go on holidays, and we will be there. Yeah, well, they can fuck right off with that one. Only problem is I don't have a garden. Neither would a lot of people. That's Alan. Hello, Rafi. Good to see you. MRI for my back to be done shortly. I'm a creaking gate, but never mind. That's honesty and truth. Well, let us all know how you get on. Thank you for the £2 super sticker, sexy bastard. I appreciate the support as usual. Thank you. Tommy Mayer, good to see you. I did a fact check earlier. Did you know that the late Duke of Edinburgh once said he wants to be reborn as a virus to wipe out humanity? Scary, not very good. I wonder about that. I do wonder. Anna Perkins, just think, soon we will be enjoying mealworm cookies, cricket burgers, and a nice crunchy salad of cockroach. Then we'll all be celebs, but we'll not be able to get out of here. Did you see that garbage? I mean, I did a video on it a few days back where there was a school in Wales somewhere that wanted to feed their kids cockroaches and insects and things. No, that didn't sit well with me. I thought, what the hell are we doing? Evening crew, sorry I'm late. Hello, Martin Quinn, you all right? We've been 8 minutes so far, so you've not missed much. This is just a chat for now with Andy the Gabby Cabby. Hope you're well. Talking about cattle, did you see New Zealand to tax cow farts? Tell me you're serious. Excellent. Oh, wonderful, I tell you. Once digital currency comes in, i.e. cashless, all based on carbon footprint, eat too much meat, fish, travel 50 miles from home, you'll be taxed. That's Bob Hollyoak. Yeah, quite possibly. Well, I say possibly. It all seems to be heading that way. They want to know our inside leg measurement more and more and more. No sleep, mate. You look agitated. There's a lot going on in my private life at the moment, Tommy. You're very observant. I am a bit agitated, to be honest. Trying to juggle a lot of things. Everything's all right with the family, so that's all right. It's a good friend of mine who's not too well, and it's making me agitated. So yes, there you go. Read into that what you meant. Family is the most important thing. It certainly is. Blood knows every time. Off to the races at Ascot next week. Oh yeah, well let's see how your luck holds. I thought you looked a bit upset, Andy. Yeah, I have been. People are asking, so I'll say. There's a good friend of mine I've known for 20 years. He's currently in a local hospice. And those damn machines that they attach to you. Well, he went on his today. I'll let you read into the rest of that, but you can have some indication as to why I look a bit weathered, so to speak. It's not been a very good few days. We are with you in this, Andy. Thank you, Blood Nose. I appreciate that. It's yes, it's been a rather upsetting time. Maybe I'll tell you a little bit more about it some other time, but I don't want to say too much right now because the person is still here, and that wouldn't be fair. But just to give you a little summary of what's going on. Yes, Anna, it's not going to be very long. Thank you, Julie Keys, as well. Listen, everybody, this is the Daily Chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. Hope everyone's doing all right. Thank you for coming along this evening. I've got another late airport run to do, early hours. So I won't be here late. Hello, Trevor. Good to see you. If you haven't done so already, can you please give the chat a thumbs up? Let's get that algorithm going. We got over 70 watching and about 33 thumbs up, so please hit that if you haven't done so already. And if you are new, please subscribe as well. That's wonderful. Thank you, Michael May. Appreciate the comment. It's all nice how we all look out for each other, and you look out for me, and you spotted the problem. Honesty and truth, is it Wales they're introducing bugs to kids in schools? Yes, it is, Fern, right? I did a video on that a few days back. I thought, how bloody ridiculous. Hat and shoes to match. I always hit the like button. Right, I always forget the like button until reminded. Well, you should get good habits, shouldn't you? And hit it before you start chatting. That'll do it then. Jerry, yes, unfortunately, the green agenda is pushed on as honesty and truth. Yeah, evening. Yeah, speaking of agitation, I got very agitated when I read the news today, and I want to know what people think of this. Let's say you decide to leave Britain and go and set up residence in another country. And hi, Mum. And then that country is invaded by a foreign power. You then decide to take up arms against that foreign power in defence of the new country you live in. You're then captured by that foreign power and should be treated as a prisoner of war under the Geneva Convention. You're put before a trial, found guilty of your crimes you're accused of, and sentenced to death. For simply, I suppose, doing what you think is right. I don't know what people think of this. I mean, give me a 1 in the chat if you think it sucks, or give me a 2 in the chat if you think it's justified. I don't think they should have got involved, but you know, they did what they had to, or what they thought they were doing. You know, it's an awful state of affairs. I think there was 3 of them, the 2 Britons. I mean, look, you're all saying 1. It sucks. There's the 2 Britons, and there was another guy there as well. I forget his nationality, but all 3 of them. It's not a recognised court of law. It's a kangaroo court, isn't it, Lorna? You've got it absolutely spot on. Yeah, they've all been sentenced like that. Now, in my opinion, I Moroccan. Thank you, Kevin. I couldn't remember the nationality. I did read it not too long ago, so I'm remiss. Yes, in my opinion, particularly where the British ones are concerned, I think maybe a certain squad of individuals, and I'm talking very cryptically here, that are usually based in the west of this country, which specialise in certain activities, may need to get involved here, or should get involved, in my view. If they do or if they don't, we will never know that. But you know, are they left to their own devices? I don't feel that this country has a very good track record of, you know, helping and sticking up for foreign nationals when they get in the shit like that out there. I really don't. So it could be particularly a little bit tragic, to be honest with you. But we'll have to see what happens. Russia has its get out of jail free card. as they're only indirectly involved. It's separatists who have signed up to no rules of engagement during these trials. The Ukrainian army are not good people. They're sending the foreign mercenaries to the front line as cannon fodder. This is what one Brit who got out of it said. Okay, well, I learned something there. I mean, I read a story about another guy who was over there. He lived there for a few years and he's retired military here. And I think he was organising and training some of the Ukrainians. And I don't know what happened to him, whether he did or not. That's something else. I remember that old game Cannon Fodder. Oh, yes, I do. Adam, scroll up a bit. Scroll up a bit. What are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying? No, I can't find you, Adam. You'll probably have to repost it, I'm afraid. But it's, yeah, Lemmings. I remember Lemmings. There was a few versions of that, wasn't there, Christine? That's pretty cool. Hi from Chester. That's Distinct Pooter. Hello, Michael Lawrence. Good to see you. And welcome to the chat. There's no new stuff today, really. It's just a bit of a natter, is what I like to call it. Evening, Christine, PJ Mosley. Good to see you. I understand that the gas supply is being shut down in Australia. Oh, is it really? They're being treated as mercenaries as opposed to indigenous enemy fighters. Haven't moved on a lot, have we? Simon says. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they went over there and settled, and to my mind, it sounded like they're legitimately part of the Ukrainian armed forces. I may be wrong. So to my mind, they should be treated as enemy combatants. But we have this age-old thing, don't we? Particularly in probably the 50s, 60s, and 70s, where a lot of ex-forces, when they did mercenary work in places like Africa and parts of the Middle East. I mean, one of the films that I enjoyed very much from I suppose the late 70s was The Wild Geese. I don't know if any of you ever saw that. Richard Harris, Richard Burton, Roger Moore, about a mercenary mission with a load of ex-armed forces that went a bit awry, and it's actually based on fact. An awful lot of that went on way back then, and probably still does. Private guns for hire who go and do the necessary, but if you get caught, then I get the impression its normal rules don't apply. But I think these guys ran out of ammunition, ran out of food, and decided to take their chances. Andy, how is the airports looking with flights cancelled? It's not too bad down our neck of the woods, Bob. It's more delays and cancellations really right now. Yeah, the other thing is the Ukrainians keep saying we are in WW3, but they want to start it by firing into missiles. It's firing missiles into Russia itself, not good. And what have we given the Ukrainians, Christine? Long-range capability. I've seen some of that hardware going over there, and we've supplied it, and I think America has as well. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what it looked like. Trevor, I love you nattering. Thank you. I appreciate it. If you have family responsibilities, you should not do this kind of mercenary voluntary fighting until the youngest is 18, no matter how noble the cause. Yeah, it's a personal choice at the end of the day, but I think somebody told me in this chat once that they've got a mate that went, and they tried their hardest to talk them out of it, but they went. It's crazy. Did you know the Rwanda plan has flaws? The migrants that get sent there have to be approved by Rwanda before they take them in. I didn't know that, Julie. I really didn't. Tommy Moore, it's not a private chat channel. Julie Keys, loved that film. Yeah, it's one of my all-time favourites. I've got it on DVD upstairs somewhere. Andy, they're increasing oil wells around Gatwick. I've seen some construction work going on around there, PJ Mosley, so it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest, that going on. Paul Hoskin, your gas bill stinks. Have you had a bit of a stinker in there, have you, or is it just the smell of gas emanating? You let me know. Well, people talking about the Rwandan plan. I'm waiting for the first load to take off, and they won't be allowed. The lefty lawyers will be all over it. That was Richard Harris's character, Honesty and Truth. Oh God, what was his name? Rayford Jarndyce, I think it was. That's who Richard Harris played. And I think one of the characters was shot in the leg or something, and he got that character on, and when he tried to get on himself, he was shot and in the leg and couldn't get on the plane. And then Richard Burton's character, Colonel Faulkner, shot him because otherwise he'd have been cut to pieces by who was chasing them. I remember that scene very well. And then when Burton's character got back to England, he went and took revenge on the person who organised the whole stitch up in the first place. Wizz Air cancelling flights from Sheffield Doncaster Airport. They were in the news a little while ago. If you're registered as vulnerable and cannot afford your gas or electric bills, they cannot cut you off, no matter how long you can pay the charges. Yeah, I'm going to maybe try and do another couple of lives on this at some point, because it's important this is covered. Alan, scary time. If Putin dying, he has nothing to lose. Yeah, it is. This is Andy the Gabby Cabby, everybody. We are on Thursday, aren't we? Thursday evening. And this is just a general chitter-chatter with everybody this evening. I hope you're all well. Thank you for joining the chat and joining in, as you always do. If you haven't done so already today, we've got over 100 watching and only 61 likes. So if you can do so, give me a thumbs up. Let's get those thumbs up somewhere near 100. I would appreciate that very much. And also, if you've not subscribed to the channel, try and do that as well. That's great. Thank you. And also, we're on social media all over the place. Why can't these retired soldiers copy the bald foodie guide and do YouTube vids in peace? Laugh out loud, as he is ex-forces himself. Yeah. Or old Paz, ex-para Paz, whatever. I love him, but I never remember his whole screen name. I must be going senile. Yes, Jan Kelly, it was Richard Harris. Wild Geese is a great film, it certainly is. I always remember a line when they parachute into enemy territory, and Roger Moore lands, and I think his line was, "My balls are where my knees used to be," or "My knees are where my balls used to be," or something like that. Made me chuckle. Julie sent me a video about it. My 2C worth a watch. Okay. Tommy Moore, not you, Andy. Others in here. Okay. I must be missing something. Evening, Andy and folks. Mad Spaniel. Airlines don't care about the misery they're causing. Still selling tickets. All about the money. I tell you, I could tell you some stories which have happened the last few days. I really could. It was funny yesterday. A bunch of dinghy divers protesting in London against their own being deported. Yeah, I saw a bunch of what looked like dinghy divers at a service station very local to me. I thought, Jesus Christ, I only want to piss. I got out of there as quick as I could. But there you go, one of them. Rwandan flight, my arse. Even the pilot will be taken off. Yeah. If the Rwanda candidates are sent on a scheduled flight, you can bet your life one or two passengers will get up and protest and get them deplaned soon. Yeah, absolutely. Hello, doing okay here, and you? Hello, Jerry, good to see you. I am fine, thank you. Thinking of going to Rwanda if they're giving free hotels. Yeah, you could have a holiday, couldn't you? Not the most ideal one. I mean, the interesting one, talking about holidays, my eldest lad is in Zante at the moment, and he's due back tomorrow night, and he's flying in with Ryanair. So I'll be interested to see what goes on with that, whether he's delayed or whether he gets back all right. I mean, my wife will have kittens if he's delayed because she wants him home. My son was going to Mallorca last Wednesday, and they were still getting texts to tell them to book in early. Yeah, I had an ear row with a customer earlier, trying to tell me when I shouldn't pick them up, and it's their decision, not mine. And I thought, hang on, I do this for a living, And the net result was just a panic caused by listening to the media. They're tarring everything with the same brush. It's crazy. Hopefully it will come to an end. I think the summer holiday or the school holidays has probably exacerbated it a little bit. 101, Andy, I'm watching you with both my eyes, Matt Spaniel says. Thank you very much to both your eyeballs and your eyelids. PJ Mosley, hello to you. Richard Harris, Peter O'Toole, Richard Burton were real Hollywood. Not many today. There was a thing about the wild geese. I read somewhere, I'm assuming it's true, it sounds like it, where Richard Harris and Richard Burton, very, very big drinkers and very publicly known, and apparently it was written into their contracts that for the duration of filming they had to stay sober, otherwise gone. I thought, yeah, real Cutler Wild lads. Hello, Sharon Shooter, good to see you. I was late joining. Not yet, I haven't, Mum. No, I'm coming to that. Don't you worry about that. Hi, Andy, and everyone in the chat. Hope you are all well. Has anyone in the chat had their energy rebate from the council? I got mine on Tuesday. Michael, I applied for mine, but I've not had it yet. PJ Mosley, I don't know where you get that idea about upsetting me. I'm absolutely fine. I'm not sure what you're referring to there. Hello, M. Perry, Lorna McKenzie, Andy Peeps, who use your channel as their own chat line. Jerry Georgopoulos, good to see you. I have cartilage problems with my knee. I'm having problems with getting NHS for this because the hospital orthopaedic consultants have stopped seeing patients. Yeah. Yeah, my mum has turned into a bit of a groupie, really. She's gone music mad of late, and I'll tell you for why. Does anybody live kind of in the Kent area or anywhere near me? Give me a 1 if you do. Let's see how many there are down this neck of the woods. I know a couple of you do. The creator does. Karen English. Yeah, I'll tell you in a minute. Well, I know you do, John. So there's a couple of you there. Well, one thing that I love about certain areas is local talent. And local talent is something that sometimes goes undiscovered. You know, they do like the pub circuits and all the rest of it, and you never really find them, and they never get into the mainstream. Well, I was caught out the other day. We have a local radio station called Academy FM, and you only get hold of it. Hello, Mick. You only get hold of it when you are in our local vicinity. And I happened to hear a name, Steve Gifford. And I thought, Gifford is my last name. So I immediately thought, oh, okay, yes. Well, Steve Gifford is a musician. And he is very, very good. A very, very good singer, very, very good guitarist. And he basically gets everywhere. He gets all over this area. I think Mum, has he been to Milton Keynes? I think you said that. And he's got a big online presence, writes all of his own songs, and he's proper old school music. It's, I've heard some of his stuff, and he's got such a great voice. My mum and her friend or group of friends have turned into his roadies. They literally follow him everywhere. I look at my mum's Facebook page and she's talking about Steve Gifford all the time. She's an obsessed woman, I swear it. It might be that she used to be called Gifford, but no, I'm only winding her up about it. But seriously, they asked me to give Steve Gifford a shout out, and I thought I would do. And yes, there you go. And I've been sent a couple of links to some of his social media stuff and everything. So when the chat's over, I'll bung all that in underneath. So check Steve Gifford out, everybody. He's really very good. Right, let's go back to the chat. I thought your mum was going to see Rod Stewart. His singing is awful. Yeah, he's lost it, that guy, hasn't he? Stink Pooter went to see a local band last night. It was great. Yeah, apparently Steve Gifford was interviewed on Academy FM. I think it was last night or the night before. I didn't hear it, but apparently it's very good. Yeah, there's some music clips and all sorts of things about him on there. Divian Ringo, hello to you. Couldn't see that chat there. Had to reload. Cess78, what do you think of Obi-Wan so far? I'm actually loving it, Cess78. I've got to watch episode 4 yet, the recent one, which obviously came out yesterday, didn't it? I'm going to try and catch up with that tomorrow. But there's that gap, isn't there, between the prequel trilogy and the original sets of films, where you've got that gap in time where Obi-Wan Kenobi is there, and there's a story to tell. And I think Ewan McGregor is such a good actor. He can portray that broken man, lost his purpose, lost his place in the universe, just plodding on every day kind of thing to great effect. And the whole, I won't spoil it for people, but the whole mission and the whole storyline he gets himself involved in, I think again gives him some kind of purpose, because it was go to sleep, get up, go to work, cut some meat, feed your animal, check on baby Luke Skywalker, and the whole cycle is all over again, and I thought it was very, very good indeed. He writes his own songs. Mum says, I confess to watching almost every single Western that exists. It's bad. Listen, folks, this is the Daily Chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. If you can give the like button a push, let's see if we can get up to 100 likes as quickly as we possibly can. We've got well over 100 watching at the moment, so I appreciate all your support, and subscribe as well if you haven't done so. I'm getting every now and again people telling me that they're subscribed and then YouTube unsubscribes them. So yeah, keep an eye on that if that's happening to you. Cess78, episode 4 is good, like old school Star Wars. Yeah, I saw a little clip online, and it was very much a New Hope-esque part of it, and it looked very good. So I'm looking forward to catching up on that one tomorrow. It's just a shame that there's only going to be 6 episodes. I don't know whether there's going to be more and they're going to surprise us, or what's going on, but we'll have to see, won't we? We'll have to see what's going on. Andy's mum is very cool. Paul Hoskin, yeah. That was really awful. Also, by coincidence, Neil Diamond was at Ascot singing Sweet Caroline to the Queen. I could hear it from my flat. Amazing. It was just a record. Kim, Jerry, where are you in the USA? Hope you're okay. Very sad thing about the Collins family being taken out by Gonzalo Lopez. Law enforcement really let the people down that weekend. That was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting, Kim. And, there's a lot of angry people about it. I mean, I followed it very mildly. And, Gonzalo Lopez, this dangerous murderer, loitering in the area, obviously moving between cabins and trying to keep himself going and out the way, and capable of just about anything if he got desperate enough, which obviously he did. And what the police, in my opinion, and it's basic common sense at the end of the day, should have done was put an announcement out to all the residents: be on the lookout for this dangerous individual, don't take any chances. If you've got a holiday home here, it might be best if you don't come for now until he's apprehended. It appears to me that none of this was done, and as a result, a grandfather and his grandchildren paid for it with their lives. From what I'm led to understand, they were all shot and stabbed, which is absolutely atrocious. Thankfully, Gonzalo Lopez is no more. The authorities called up with him and did the necessary, put him in a box, basically. And that's just the kind of justice that maybe should have been dealt out to him, because he was never going to see the light of day again, and nor should he, because he was a very, very dangerous, very, very psychotic individual by the sounds. Brits fought at the Alamo, apparently. Okay. Jeremy Clint, Victoria, Derbyshire. Yes, less said about that, the better. Did you see the clip? I mean, all these anti-British lefty flag-bashing people covering it. It was ridiculous. Bonanza, yeah, there's another one. Love 'em. Also adding Roxette. Yep. His strange. All our preferences are different. Always loved Star Trek, but was never so keen on the Star Wars family. I've loved both, Anna. I mean, my Uncle Gary got me into science fiction. I mean, I haven't seen him in the chat this evening, but I love both. I started off with Star Trek and then found Star Wars, and I've been nuts about both ever since. Yeah, I probably prefer Trek, if I'm honest, of late. And I can't wait for Paramount Plus to come here so I can watch Strange New Worlds. But that looks good. Little bits I've seen. Come on, folks. We got 91 thumbs up and 113 watching. So if you've not done so already, please give us a thumbs up. And let's get that up to 3 figures before we end. That'll be wonderful. Thank you for your support. Everyone wants to fight the English. Hi, Lorna Mackenzie. Good to see you. Same here, Andy. Unsubscribe. Yeah, it happens. I've heard it happen quite a lot. I think it's YouTube playing silly buggers. I think they do an audit every now and again to try and find out what's a genuine account and what's a duff one that's just jumped on. And I think they get it wrong sometimes with a lot of their automation. I've missed this live stream as I thought he doesn't do one on a Thursday night. John, I made a mistake yesterday. I went to sleep and I slept through the time I should have been on. And tonight, because I didn't go karate, I thought, sod it, let's jump on and have a natter with people. So it's kind of an extra unannounced one, something I decided on. Currently watch Once Upon a Time. For those that like fairy tale genre with a very modern twist, this could be for you. Loving it. There's loads of stuff, isn't there? Gonzalo Lopez sounds too much like that Pablo Escobar guy. Yeah, well, he's brown bread. That's the main thing. That's only because he gets about confused about the day of the week, sleeps like a log. Yes, Mad Spaniel, you've got me worked out to a T there, I must say. Absolutely. I think I came on the Tuesday and said, right, I won't be on tomorrow because it's Thursday and I'm going to karate. And Julie Baldwin sent me a message saying, Andy, it's Wednesday tomorrow, you daft sod. And my mum said pretty much the same the morning after. So I got caught out there. Hello, the Manchester man. Good to see you. Bill and Ben and Little Weed. Yeah, was it? Flubba-dubba-dub. 3 generations, Kirky Bailey says. Yeah, absolutely heartbreaking. Rodney, is that our car phone I can hear? Yeah, it's old Boise, isn't it? Have you seen the first episode of MS Marvel yet? No, I haven't, says 78. That's not one I've really got into. Perhaps I should. Neutralizing these bad guys is the only solution. So sad that the family had to pay the ultimate price. God rest their soul. I mean, the other thing that went on in America was this school shooting at Uvalde. And all the aftermath and the couldn'ts and shouldn'ts and should we and should haves going on after that. And, there was a whole proliferation of shootings of some kind suddenly appeared in our press. And, I saw an episode of Police Off the Cuff where they discussed Second Amendment rights and what should happen and everything, and they universally agreed that if you try to revoke the Second Amendment and tell everybody they couldn't have their guns, there'd be civil war in America, quite literally. But that being said, I think they're starting to think you have to ask questions about whether certain types of people should be allowed certain types of guns, and what age they should be. It's quite an open debate that's been going on for years, and I'm sure it will be. Star Wars is better now. Obi-Wan Kenobi is amazing. Oh yeah, I love it, and that's down to you and McGregor, I think. PJ Mosley, you were a veteran. Thank you for your service. What were you? Army, Navy, Air Force, or have I insulted you 3 times? Let me know. Nuts for Star Trek since 1974. Andy, are you into crop circles? I've not looked at them for a long time. Cause I was with a girlfriend of mine years ago that was always into all that stuff, and you could never explain it. Who else we got here? Check out the recreation of the TOS set in Ticonderoga. Yeah, that's James Hawley, that isn't it? Bloodnose. He was an absolute avid Star Trek fan, and brilliant. I think William Shatner himself has been there a couple of times and toured around and done events there. So it's been excellent. Right, folks, I'm going to call it a day. I've harped on about 10 minutes or so longer than I was planning on this evening. I said to my missus I'd be about half an hour, and it's been about 41 minutes. I've got to go in and get some shut-eye because I'm off out again a little bit later. Lovely to see everybody, and thank you for joining me for this extra chat this Thursday evening, and make sure you do that on the way out. Subscribe as well if you haven't done so, and I'll see you at some point tomorrow. Till then, toodaloo.